today I am going to discuss the same chapter, and the name of the chapter is demand. But in this chapter there are so many topics. So one topic is what are the factors which affect the individual demand. So here in the short form I have taken the different components which affects the individual demand. Is it clear? So first of all, here look, dx means demand of x commodity. dx is equal to a small f bracket px, pr, y, t and p and e. So what are these components? So first of all I want to define it. What is this? So f is known as the functional relation. So as you know, functional relation means there is a relation on which these are the factors affects the demand. So we can define it. There is a functional relation between demand of x commodity and the factors affecting the demand. So first factor is px. px means price of x commodity. Next is the pr, that is the price of relative commodity. Y, that is the income of the consumer. T and P, taste and preference, and E is the future expectations. So here I have taken 5 main factors. So how it affects the demand. So look, point number 1, that is the PX. PX is known as price of X commodity. Price of X commodity. So according to the law of demand we have already discussed. So suppose that is the price of X and here that is the quantity demand of X commodity. So if the price is suppose rupees 20, so demand is 100 units. And when its price rises from 20 to 25, its demand is suppose 80. So how it affects the demand? So here as the price rises, so it would be better to write in this way. Okay, when the price is 25, the demand is 80, and when the price is 20, then the demand is 100. So as the price falls, quantity demand rises. Okay, and as the price rises, okay, as the price rises 20 to 25, quantity demand falls. Is it clear? So here we can write down P rises, QD falls, P falls means price falls, quantity demand rises. Is it clear? So that is a inverse relation. Now come to the diagrammatical presentation. So that is on the x-axis QD and on the y-axis that is the price. So when the price is OP, the quantity demand is OQ. But when the price falls from OP to OP1, quantity demand increases from OQ to OQ1. So in this way the demand curve slopes downward as the price falls. Is it clear? Okay. Now the second factor is PR. PR means price of related goods. So there are two kinds of goods. One is known as substitute goods. Substitute good, and other is known as complementary good. So substitute goods tea and coffee. And complementary goods are pen and ink. So these are the example. Now once again I define it. First, that is the substitute goods. These are those goods which can be used in place of one another. So if the price of tea will increase, the people will move towards coffee. And if the price of the coffee will increase, the people will move towards tea. On the other hand, that is the complementary goods. Complementary goods are those goods which jointly satisfy the human needs. For example, gun and bullet. So if you have a gun and you have no bullet, then there is no use of gun. Like that, if you have the bullet but you have no gun, it means there is no use. So both, unless will not match to each other, it is not possible to satisfy the human needs. Here I have taken the example of pen and ink. If there is no ink in the pen, it means there is no use of that pen. And the pen has no ability to satisfy the consumer's needs. On the other hand, if you have the ink but you have no pen, so in that case there is no use of pen. So now come with the help of the diagrammatical presentation and the tabular presentation. Okay, so first I am going to discuss about the substitute goods, like substitute good. So here tea and coffee. Here price, quantity of tea, price of tea, quantity of tea. Substitute goods, that is the price of tea and quantity of quantity demand of tea. Now price of coffee and quantity demand of coffee. Okay, so look here. So if the price of tea is, suppose, rupees 20, the people are demanding 100 units. And when the price falls, that is 20 to suppose 15, the quantity demand increases, suppose 125. Here the coffee, the price is rupees 20, its demand is also 100 units. And again there is no change in the price. Price of the coffee is again constant, that is rupees 20, but the demand has decreased, that is suppose 70. Okay, so what you find? You find that the price of the coffee is constant, but demand has fallen. Is it clear? So why the demand has fallen? Because due to fall in the price of tea, some of the coffee user moved towards tea because the tea is available at a lower price. So in this situation, we will make a diagram like this. Here, that is written price of coffee. And here quantity of coffee, quantity demand of coffee. Let the price is rupees 20. That is constant. So here I have just shown with the help of the schedule, it is constant at all level of quantity demanded. So initial demand of coffee, that was DD, it was that is 100 units. Till there is no change in the price is that is constant, but the demand has fallen and the demand curve shift leftwards D1 and the quantity has become 70. Is it clear? So why it happened? If however there is no change in the price, however the demand of the coffee has declined, why it happened? So it happened due to fall in the price of tea. So it is essential to write here. Is it clear? So in this way we can say the price of related goods affects the demand. Now it can be also explained with the help of this diagram. Let on the y-axis, this is your y-axis and this is your x-axis. So on the y-axis the price of the coffee is taken and on the x-axis quantity demand of coffee is taken. This is the price line. This is the price line which is parallel to x-axis because there is no change in the price and the price is constant. So at the initial price when it was rupees 20, the demand of the coffee was 100 units, but due to fall in the price of tea, some of the people, those who were utilizing the coffee, they moved towards the tea, and due to that the demand curve shift leftwards and the new demand curve is D1 which intersect the price line at point E1. So the new quantity is determined at this point, that is 70. So in this way we can say due to the change in the price of substitute goods, it directly affects the demand of other substitute goods and vice versa. If here the price of the tea will increase and the price of the coffee will constant, in that case the demand curve will shift rightwards and the demand of the coffee will increase. Okay, is it clear? Come to the complementary goods. So it jointly satisfied. Human needs. This is the definition. Complementary goods are those goods which jointly satisfy the human needs. So suppose here that is the pen and that is ink. Okay, so price of pen and quantity demand of pen, like price of ink and quantity demand of ink. So look here, suppose price is rupees 100, the quantity demand is also 100, and if the price increases from 120, the quantity demand decreases up to 80, means 20 units of the demand has declined. But in the case of pen, what will happen? If the price of the ink is rupees 50, its demand is 100, and again there is no change in the price, that is 50, but the quantity demand has decreased from 100 to 80. So what is the common difference between both of them? Here you find that the quantity demand falls due to rise in the price, and here you will find that quantity demand falls even though the price is constant. Is it clear? So it indicates that the price of one commodity directly affects the quantity demand of other commodity, and that's why it is known as complementary complementary goods. Okay, so here come to the diagrammatical presentation. Again we will make the diagrammatical presentation of ink. So that is the quantity demand of ink, and here that is the price of ink. Again the price is constant, that is rupees 50. Is it clear? So that is the 50. The initial demand was 100, that is the DD, which intersect at point E, so the quantity is 100. Even though there is no change in the price, the demand has decreased from DD to D1, and the demand curve shift leftwards. Okay, and the new demand is determined, that is OQ1. So why it happens? It happens due to rise in price of pen. Is it clear? So in this way, if the price of the pen will decrease, the quantity demand of ink will increase, and in that case the demand curve will shift rightwards. So that is known as the complementary goods and the factors affecting the demands due to complementary goods. Now come to the Y. Y is known as income. So how the income affects the demand? So on the basis of the income, the commodity can be divided into two parts. So on the basis of income, the commodity is divided into two parts. So first is the normal goods, and second is known as inferior goods. Is it clear? So in case of normal goods, that is a positive relation with income and negative relation with price. On the other hand, in case of inferior goods, that is the negative relation with income and positive relation with price. So now we can easily define it. Normal goods are those goods which has a positive relation with income and negative relation with price. For example, that is LED TV. Okay, computers, laptops, etc. Now come to the inferior goods are those goods which has the negative relation with income but positive relation with price. For example, that is the black and white TV. Okay, so here we find that as the income of the people increases, the people moves towards those goods which is comfort and luxurious, and if the price will increase, the people are ready to leave that goods. So in this way, with the help of a diagram, we can explain this theory. So first I am going to discuss regarding the normal goods and inferior goods. Okay, so first, increase in income. Let price is constant. Price of goods is constant. So look here, this is the price line, this is the x-axis, this is the y-axis. Here price is taken, here quantity of goods or quantity demand is denoted on x-axis. This is the 0. Okay, so initial demand of the consumer was dd, that is OQ. But here the price of the commodity is constant, OP, it is constant. But the income of the consumer has increased, that's why he is ready to buy more commodity, and that's why the demand curve shift rightwards and the quantity demand increases from OQ to OQ1. Is it clear? And it will happen in case of normal goods. But in case of inferior goods, what will happen? Look here, the price is constant, initial demand was dd, which intersect at point E, so the quantity is determined OQ, constant price hai. It is the constant price. This is the y-axis, this is the x-axis. Okay, income has increase in income, but the demand has decreased, that is moved leftwards, and the new quantity demand is determined, that is OQ1. So here we find that in case of inferior goods, so people are ready to leave the inferior goods like black and white, and they move towards to buy the better goods, that is the LED TV, and it happens in case of increase in income. So inferior goods demand will decrease, but the normal goods demand will increase. Is it clear? And vice versa. On the other hand, if the income decreases, in that case, this D1 demand curve will shift leftwards, and this demand curve that is located D1 or in the form of dotted line, it will move towards right hand side, because the people has no purchasing power to buy the normal goods, because his income has already declined, and that's why he is ready to move quantity of inferior goods in place of normal goods. Is it clear? I hope it is cleared. Now come to the next point. Okay, so next point is our test and preference. So in case of test, what you will find, there are two kinds of test. One is the positive test and other is negative test. So positive test means the things which I like, and negative test means the things we do not like. So if you have the positive test, it means you are ready to buy more quantity, and if you have the negative test, it means you are ready to buy less quantity, or you are not interested to buy the commodity even though there is no change in price. So again, if the price of the price is constant, price is equal to constant. So look here, on the y-axis, that is price, which is constant price. Initial demand is dd. This is the quantity demand of any commodity. Okay, so suppose a person who likes cigarettes, so even the price is constant, he is ready to buy more quantity of cigarettes because he likes cigarette. So in that case, the demand for the cigarettes will increase. D1, so it indicates positive test. And if the person has no interest or now he is ready to leave the smoking, in that case, even though there is no change in the price is constant, however, he is not ready to smoke more cigarettes, and that's why here the demand curve shift leftwards. Okay, so it indicates negative test. Is it clear? I think that is very common. Now come to the last, that is the E. E is known as future expectations. So future expectations, future expectation. So just I want to give you one example. Most of the time we have noticed that in the newspapers or in the TV news, from today onwards the price of the petrol is going to increase, or from night 12 o'clock at night 12 p.m. the price of the commodity is going to decline. So in that case basically news comes. So in that situation what we will find? The same thing. If price is future expectation, that is price may increase. Or price may decrease. So come, if I think that the price will increase, today the price is constant, okay, and at this price, at OP price, we are ready to buy, suppose, OQ quantity of goods, because the demand line cut intersect or cut at point E, so OQ demand is determined. And if I think so, that tomorrow or day after tomorrow, the price of the commodity will increase. So in that case, at the same price, we are ready to buy more quantity and we want to make a stock of it, because in future its price will increase. So the quantity demand has increased. Is it clear? And if I think that from tomorrow onwards, the price of the commodity may decrease, so at the same price, we are ready to buy less quantity and the demand for that commodity decreases from OQ to OQ2. So in this way, we find that the price of the commodity may increase or decrease in future, but at present it affects the demand either OQ to OQ2 or OQ to OQ1. So it depends on either it is going to increase or decrease. So in this way we can see that a number of factors which directly affects the demand, and that's why it is known as demand function. Okay? Thank you.